Welcome, my friends, to another edition of the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. You might notice I'm on my same shirt because I just got done doing the video on Vanguard's online portfolio recommendations, and that left a lot to be desired. I like the ultimate way you find the portfolio recommendations, but actually get the recommendations was tough. But when I was doing the video, I mentioned this retirement calculator, income calculator that Vanguard has online. I just kind of paid a quick look at that while I was doing the video, and I said when I got off the video, I said, let me go check this out a little bit more and dive into it some. So I dove into it. Man, it's fantastic, and I highly recommend you look at it. And I want to just share with you because it's good. It's a good calculator. One of the better I've seen out there for sure. Vanguard also, they have a couple good calculators I'm pretty fond of actually. And so we're going to run it. So basically, you're going to put your age in there. I'm going to say I'm 47, which I am. And I retire at my full retirement age, which is 67. I was born in 1960 or beyond. So my FRA is, that's right, 67. Good job. You've been paying attention. If I was born before 1960, my FRA is 66 and some months. That's correct. Good. All right. So I say, well, let's just say I make $70,000 a year for simplicity, which is $58.33 a month. I had it written down here. I guess I lost it. All right. I got my calculator. Good. We'll say I save 5% of my salary right there. We'll say I already saved, I don't know, $200,000 for simplicity. We'll just say $200,000. Oops. Yeah, that's a little bit. There we go. We're going to say, they'll say how much you need of your current income. So I'm going to click on the learn more, because this is where it gets kind of interesting. As a general rule, most retirees live on less income than they had during their retirement years, during their working years, often because they owe less taxes and because they no longer need to save. Yeah, that's right. That's two of the big three. An 85% income replacement can be a good starting point when making a general estimate of how much current income you may need in retirement. I completely disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. If you travel widely or own a second home, you might want to assume you could need more in retirement, say 100% is what they're saying. Additionally, retirees may wish to factor in higher healthcare expenses, including Medicare premiums. Folks, we talked about this in many, many, many different episodes on the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Well, here, let me just go to the second part. Or if you have paid off your mortgage, enjoy good health, and pursue expensive hobbies, you might spend less than 85%. Exactly. So the big three: mortgage, taxes being reduced right here, right there. No longer need to save for retirement, and taxes. Mortgage, no taxes, and not saving for retirement. Those are the three big things. They always say you could spend more in healthcare. Remember, the biggest expenditure by far, and just go back to my previous episodes on what retirees actually spend their money on. Housing is by far, nothing even comes close. Healthcare doesn't even come close. Healthcare is a distant fourth until you get to the age of 75. Then it becomes number two, but still within spitting distance of the other two, which is transportation, food, transportation, and healthcare are all within spitting distance at 75. Healthcare is far and away lower at age 65. It gradually goes up, but none of these even come close to housing. Housing by far is the biggest expense for everyone in retirement, without question. So if you have paid off your mortgage and you're not paying any more into retirement, not saving any more for retirement, and most likely your taxes are low, we certainly don't need to use an 85%. All right. For comparison, look at this. For comparison, and they say here, but they don't give you a link. Here's how much current retirees spent on average, according to an analysis by the DOL, Department of Labor, BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Consumer Expenditure Survey of retirees with different income needs. Where have we heard that before? The BLS Consumer Expenditure Survey. That's right, old Josh. I was talking about that in my other episodes about the income needs that retirees have in retirement. And now, according to the BLS and the CES, the Consumer Expenditure Survey, it drops drastically once you hit certain thresholds, 75, 85, and such. Now, Aon Consulting 2008 replacement ratio study, measurement tool for retirement planning assumptions. Family with one wage earner who retires at 65, the spouse at 62. They're basically saying if you make 20,000 a year pre-retirement, you'll need 94% of that in retirement. And how ironic that is that your first bit of Social Security replacement is 90%. So remember, Social Security has three bend points. 895, you get 90% of it. 896 to 5397, that's 4502. So the next $4,502 of your AMIE, you get 32%. And then anything above 5397 for your AIME, your average index monthly earnings, you get 15%. So it's not shocking that these numbers right here require basically a pretty high percentage of your replacement income. And Social Security provides a good amount of that. Not all of it, but a good amount of that. That doesn't shock me in the least. That's actually by hook or by crook, however that came to be. That's good politics for FDR to make sure that Social Security sticks. He recognizes the bulk of the workers out there are on the low end of the income stream. The low end get more retirement income than the high end in terms of their Social Security replacement. The low end have more voters. Thus, we're going to make Social Security stick by rewarding more of those on the low end than those on the high end. And the low end just has more voters. So it's Social Security isn't going anywhere. It's just not. And people say it's going to go away. It'll be defaulted on. It's not happening. All right. So anyway, so that was pretty interesting. So let's go back. I don't think I'm going to need 85%. I'm going to say 65% because I'm not going to have a mortgage. And I'll show you something else too. I do expect an annual rate of return of 5%. And I'm going to include my Social Security. There's no reason not to include your Social Security, my friends. Please don't fall in this trap of not including your Social Security. So I make $70,000 a year, which is $58.33 a month. So I'm just going to presume I made that for my adjusted average index monthly earnings, my AIME. 70,000 a year over my top 35 years. It's been indexed for inflation, so it averages 70,000 a year each and every year. My top 35 years of earnings, they take each and every year, they add them all together. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and they add those together, then they divide by 420, because that's how many 420 months in those 35 years of your top earnings. So I'm going to presume I averaged 70,000 a year for my average index monthly earnings. That's a critical number right there. So now from there, we got to figure out what my PIA is, which will give my Social Security estimate. So you just go to socialsecurity.gov, you sign in, see what your AIME is, and then you figure out your PIA, and you do like this. So 5833, the first $895 of the 5833 AIME, I get to keep 90% of that. So I get to keep 805. I'm just rounding. I'm not using pennies here. So 5833 now minus 895. So the next 4502, I get to keep 32%. So I get to keep $1,440. All right. So now we took 895 plus 4502, which equals 5397. And my total AIME is 5833. So we subtract 5397 from 5833 equals 436. And I only get to keep 15% of that. 436 times 0.15, which is $65. So my total Social Security benefit at full retirement age, which is at 67, will be $65 plus 1440 plus 805 will be 2310. All right, 2310, and we're going to save and continue there. And you can figure that out easily. Now, if you're married, I'm assuming that Charlotte doesn't have a Social Security benefit, it's just me, and I don't have a pension. So just for simplicity. So I have 200,000. So let's go back. I make 70,000 a year, which is also my average index monthly earnings. I save $3,600 a year towards my retirement. I already have saved $200,000. I'll need 65% of my recurrent income in retirement. I expect an annual return of 5% on this amount of money right here, plus the amount I put in. My Social Security benefit at full retirement age will be, in today's dollars, $2,300 and $2,310. So we click over here, and it says I'll need $3,792 in retirement based on these numbers right here. But what I've provided for, I'll only have $35.85. So I'll be short about $200 a month, because what they're saying is, well, let's read it. This is what you may have in today's pre-tax dollars. This is the retirement income that your current retirement plan will provide. To calculate it, we first determine how much you have saved by the time you reach your retirement age, in this case 67. That's your nest egg. Then we'll use a 4% rule. That is, we assume you can afford to spend approximately 4% of your initial nest egg each year in retirement and be reasonably confident that you won't outlive your money. The result is adjusted each and every year for inflation at 3%. This is the income that you'll receive from your pension. We don't have any. You see the yellow. There's no yellow here. So the green is from my retirement portfolio. The orange is from Social Security. This is the estimated Social Security retirement income you'll receive beginning at age 62 or later. The accuracy of this estimate depends on my average index monthly earnings and when I file for it as well. All right, so what you'll need in today's pre-tax dollars. This is the estimated amount that you'll need each month during retirement, right here. That's what they're saying. I'll need $37.92. We take your current income, calculate what it will be by the time you retire, assuming an annual inflation rate of 3%, and multiply the result by a percentage of income replacement you chose. Then we convert this to today's dollars. All right, so a couple things. This is pre-tax. All right, and that's critical because the taxes would mean what I might have is $35.85, but with taxes, I'll need more than that to cover the tax. But here's what's interesting. If $2,300 of my benefit is from Social Security and the rest, we take $35.85, subtract $23.10. That means I'm pulling $1,275 a month from my portfolio, times that by 12. That means I'm only pulling $15,000 a year from my portfolio. $15,000 a year plus half of this benefit. All right, so that's going to put me, that's $12,000, that's $27,000. If I'm married filing jointly, I have no income tax whatsoever. So I have $23,10 plus was that roughly $18,000. So 3585 minus 2310 times 12 plus. So I am going to have basically $45,000 a year of income and not pay any taxes on it. Now, this just includes me. It's not Charlotte and me. But if it were just both of us, it'd be less taxes as well. So, but you got to think about this. I'm just saying I need 65% of this, $70,000 times 0.65. So I'm saying I need $45,000 a year. So basically with my Social Security, with another $1,200, $1,300 a month for my investments, I'm right about at $45,000 a year. Married filing jointly, I pay no tax. Even if I was single, I pay no tax. So if your numbers are different, you got to factor in taxes. I mean, that's a fact. If your numbers are higher than mine and you're single, or if you're married filing jointly and they're significantly higher than mine, you're going to have to factor in taxes, which are going to increase the amount you're going to need for retirement because you got to pay tax. So let's see here. So how can I improve this a little bit? So the first thing that jumps out at me, so I'm still short $200 a month. I need that $200 a month. So what if I waited to take Social Security till I was 68, 2310 times 1.08. That put my benefit at $24.94. Because remember, each year you delay taking Social Security from your full retirement age gives you an 8% delayed earnings credit. So now I'm 68. I can move this to 68. And that's when I start taking Social Security. And look at that. Just like that, from working either one more year or delaying taking my Social Security, I am now just at 1 year. I was $200 a month shy before. Now I'm right where I need to be. I need $37.92. I get $38.06 just from doing nothing more than delaying taking Social Security to I was 68. If I go back to 67, I still delayed taking Social Security to I was 68, but instead I get my retirement at 67. And even then, I'm a little bit shy, about $30 a month, but I'm still pretty doggone close. The issue is delaying taking Social Security can really make a big, big difference, my friends. So let's go back up here and say we're going to delay retiring until I'm 68, which means I'm going to work another year. And let's say instead of 5%, I get 6% return on my money. And look at that. Now I start getting well above. And let's say I retire at 67. I go back to Social Security being 2,300. So you can put these numbers any which way to Sunday. But I want to show you the biggest thing you can do to increase your retirement readiness is literally delay taking Social Security. Now you get more income or investment returns, that will help too, but that's not guaranteed. That's not guaranteed. The guarantee is if you're delayed taking Social Security, that's guaranteed for the rest of your life. So I'm not talking crazy numbers here. I'm not talking 20% year rate of return. I'm not talking crazy Social Security numbers. That some people might challenge 65% of 70,000 a year. That might be on the low end. Not if my mortgage is paid. It won't be. I'll tell you that right now. No mortgage, no retirement savings, no taxes. If you're living, if you're not living large today, it's hard to imagine all of a sudden you can start lighting cigars with $100 bills. It's just not going to happen. So, and again, I'm 47 now. I got $200,000 in there now, and I'm only saving $3,600 a month. Retirement can happen, my friends. It can happen. You factor in Charlotte's Social Security as well, which would give me another, $1,100 there. It's not going to be a problem. The question is, will this be enough? Right there, 65,000% on 70,000 for me to live on, and I don't know that, but if you're living on 70,000 a year now, and you're not going knee deep in debt, and you're just slowly but surely paying off your mortgage, I think you're easily going to have enough money to retire for sure. Just keep doing what you're doing. All right. So Vanguard's retirement income calculator, a big fan, like it quite a bit. It's actually pretty easy to use. I love these little numbers here. It kind of reminds me of my own quiz, my retirement readiness quiz at heritagewealthplanning.com, the homepage, because that way you can just little slider bars. You can mess around with taxes you think you'll spend in retirement, how much you need in retirement, what's your PIA, all those different numbers. So there's no way I can embed this, I don't think, on my website. Too bad. I'd like to put that on my website. That'd be kind of nice. I wonder if there is a calculator like such I could put on my website. I'm actually playing around with the Tax Foundation calculator. They have the tax calculator I use quite a bit in these YouTube videos, and I have that embedded on my website. I'm just wondering if I should put that on the front page or not. So I don't want the front page to be too busy. And with my retirement readiness quiz very prominently held in there, adding another calculator might not be, it just might be too busy. But, if you have thoughts on that, let me know. All right. So I'll let you guys get out of here. As always, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit the red bell, or not the red bell, the bell for notification. And comments are always welcome. So look at heritagewealthplanning.com. Look at that website. Let me know if you think the retirement calculator or taxes calculator would add too much to the homepage. I'd like to hear what you think there. And if you have any thoughts on the retirement income calculator from Vanguard or other tools that you use, I'd love to hear about them. So just put them in the comments below. We'll see you next time on the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.